Good morning. Another First John Bible study this morning. Just going to do the next three verses. We're in First John chapter 3. We're going to start in verse 10 here. In this, the children of God are manifest, and the children of the devil. Whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of God, neither he that loveth not his brother. For this is the message that ye heard from the beginning, that we should love one another. Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother. And wherefore he slew his brother? Or wherefore he slew he him? Because his own works were evil, and his brother's righteous. So here's another litmus test. Another test you can sit down and you can look at yourself, look at your own feelings, your own emotions, but also your own actions. This is not just about what you feel on the inside. This is not just about what you think on the inside. This is kind of that whole James, where James talks about your faith. You show your faith through your works. So your deeds, that's your works. If you're of God, then your deeds are going to be righteous. Abel, when he made a sacrifice, he made a sacrifice of blood of an animal. And the reason why that mattered was because that's how sacrifices had to be made for sin. It's animal sacrifice. It was a blood sacrifice. Life for life. Cain, on the other hand, was just sacrificed his vegetables, the fruit of the field, and bottom line was Cain was sacrificing his work. He was giving God his work. You're not saved by works. You're saved through the blood of Christ. It required blood. It required a sacrifice. It required the death of something. In this case, the Son of God. In the case of Cain and Abel, the death of an animal. Same thing happened when Adam and Eve sinned. God killed an animal and made skins. It requires the death of it required blood for salvation. So how do you know who is of the devil versus who is of God? Those who are of God do righteousness. Now, does that mean you go out and feed the poor or feed the hungry and give money to the poor? Sure, maybe. You go out and witness the gospel of Jesus Christ? Yeah, absolutely. But let's start with the basics here. And this is talking about other church members. This is talking about perhaps your spouse. If you guys are not unequally yoked, you can your husband, your wife, maybe also a Christian. The bottom line is, who is your brother? Your brother is the person who is born of the same DNA you're born of. You bear the same DNA. You have the same father. So spiritually, your brother is anybody who shares the same father. Your father's either the devil or your father is God. If your father is God, then all the other ones who have the father of God are your brother. And how do you love your brother? Well, loving your brother, one thing, that is a righteous work, to love your brother. To forgive. If there's something to be forgiven, to forgive, that is a righteous work. The devil does not forgive. The devil certainly does not forget. He just keeps accusing and accusing and accusing and telling you about all the things you've done wrong. He does not forgive. The only way you get forgiveness is through Jesus Christ. And the only way you can give forgiveness is if you have a Holy Spirit inside of you. That's the only true way to give real, true forgiveness. God forgiveness, the kind of forgiveness that throws your sin as far as the east is from the west. So how do we know who is actually a brother and who is not? Well, it says that it's made manifest. That means it shows itself. A manifest is like a listing in a shipment. It gives you all the things, all the inventory of what's on the shipment. So the way it makes itself manifest, there's that word, manifest, of who the children of God are and who are not. Those who are able to love their brother, love those people in that church, love that spouse who confesses to be a Christian. And honestly, Jesus said, love your enemies. So even if they're not a Christian, your ability to love that person matters. If you're a man, love your wife as Christ loved the church and gave himself for it. If you're a woman, submit yourself unto your own husband as unto Christ. That's how you manifest good works, godly, righteous works. If you can't do those things, remember we have Philippians 4:13 that tells us we can do all things through Christ. So if you can't do those things, then you need to ask, who is your father? Are you of God, or are you of the unrighteous one? Are you of the children of disobedience? This is a serious question. This is not about temporal things on earth. This is about eternity. This is about, are you going to spend eternity in heaven, or are you going to spend eternity in hell? Get it right and figure it out, because it really does matter. I love you. I hope this helps somebody.